Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Appreciate you hopping on with us today. It's Wednesday, and you guys are going to be talking about 3 steps, well, actually technically 4 steps, that are going to allow you to build a sustainable business online so that people are going to want to buy from you long term. Okay, this is about sustainability, long-term success. This is more of a long game deal than a short game. The fact is there is no get-rich-quick schemes out there.
No.
They're schemes. They don't work. They're not effective. And in our industry, especially network marketing, when you're building a business online, we get kind of a bad rap because a lot of people come into it thinking that it's simply, I just buy my kit and I'm off to the races and I make $1 million next month.
Yep.
Okay. Now, if you have
not the case.
well, if you have influence already, which we're going to talk about here in a little bit, then that might be the case for you. But typically, most people who get involved in network marketing don't have a huge audience or a huge network that they have influence over to start with.
But even if you have that huge influence, you've built that influence up
over
time, right? So, I mean,
it's
even at that, it's not like you just pushed the button and, ooh, I have influence, right?
Okay.
So you still built it up.
Okay, so you guys, to build a business that's sustainable online, you need to have an audience. Okay, you need to grow an audience. You need to find people, eyeballs, who want to be around what it is that you're offering them. Okay,
Yep.
Second step is you need to engage with them. Okay, think about this kind of like a wheel. Okay, you've got grow an audience, get an audience is at the top. Okay, and the next section in this little circle is you need to engage with them. And then you need to promote to them, whether that be, hey, just come back to my group, right? Okay, this is a circle, it keeps on going. So you're going to grow, engage, promote, and appreciate. So as I go through these, think about the circle that never ends.
And that's those 4 steps that we're talking about.
Okay, and on the title I talked about 3 because the top 3 are ones that...
they're kind of the core piece.
Yeah, but the 4th one actually is kind of what ties it all together.
Yeah.
It's what keeps people coming back more
Right,
and more.
right. It completes the circle.
So when you're growing an audience, how do you do that? Okay, where do you find people to have an audience, and what are they being an audience for?
Yeah.
Right? Oh, sorry. I have a phone call coming in. Let me silence that. And so if you think about like an artist, okay, a musician, they have an audience of people sitting out in the crowd who love their music, or they're curious about their music because they haven't heard it before. They've heard good reviews and they just want to be around the energy, right? So it's a group of people who want to hear what you have to say, or what you have to share with them.
Yeah.
So how do you get an audience? There's a couple ways. Okay. Some of them are by doing Facebook Lives. Okay. It is a public feed where people see it, they hear part of your message, they like it, so they follow you. Okay. That is one way to gain and grow an audience. The second one is to do ads. You could do a likes campaign. Facebook allows you to target and specifically for about $5 a day to send out and target people who have interest in what it is your niche is. So if you're in health and wellness,
that's having a fan page as well, right? That's having a page that they can come to.
Yep.
And through that page, you're able to do a likes campaign. You're able to promote your page, so to speak, for a minimal fee. And at that point, you're able to target those specific people that you're looking for that will then in turn like your page and follow you.
Okay. So once you have people that are coming to your fan page or your personal page, because you can do, influence on your personal page. Again, if you're doing business on Facebook, it is highly recommended that you build out at least a fan page as a starting point and then move to a group, because within a personal page, you are only limited to 5,000 people.
Yep.
And if anybody who wants to scale multiple 6 figures in their business, 5,000 people is not going to cut it for you, because those 5,000 people are not just people who are in it for your business. They're there because they're friends, family, their relations, and things like that. So if you're taking it to the next level and you really want to make a sustainable business, you really need to start thinking like a business owner.
Yep.
And about how I might transition this to something that is going to be sustainable long term. So having a fan page where you can get people... Our little one's not happy tonight. That you can get people on there, and then transitioning into a group even. So if you take them from your personal page and pop them into a group, okay, any and all of those things are places where you're growing an audience. Your email list, if you're doing email marketing, that is an audience that you can market to, again, because you have access to them. They have opted into what it is that you are sharing with them and allowing you to serve them, okay? So once you have your audience and you're growing your audience, you need to engage with your audience. And you can do that a couple different ways. You can do it by liking their stuff, right? You can comment on their posts. They comment on yours, you comment back. They share some of your content, you go in and you appreciate them, going to the appreciate piece, and you appreciate them for sharing your content. And you need to be consistent with it, you guys. You need to constantly be putting content out onto your pages or in your groups, wherever it is that you've decided to gain that audience, email list even, consistently communicating and interacting with them, asking them questions, giving them value, okay?
Because if you're not being consistent, if you're not giving that value, they're just going to disappear, right? They're not going to continue to follow you. They're not going to continue to show up. Like if you have a certain time that you're going live every day, or you have certain times that you're posting, or those kind of things, people get used to seeing that at those certain times and following that, and they kind of get in that routine. And if you don't show up one day, or
several days,
or eventually over time they're eventually just going to disappear.
And just a little caveat on that too, it is much more effective to be consistent in a reasonable amount of time. So let's say you only have 2 hours a day to work your business.
Yep.
Okay, so you pick one of your time blocks for that day, if you time block, or however you've got it structured. You are very consistent at that specific time. And if you can't get a specific time, at least consistently on the day, so they get used to seeing you. Instead of being like, I'm going to rip out and do 7 lives a day for 2 weeks, or forever, and then you start off, and the first week you do great, and then the second week you only do 4, and then the next week you do 3, and the next week you do 1. It's a lot more effective if you're just doing like maybe 1 a week to get into the habit of doing a live or engaging with them that way, than it is to try to throw too much on your plate, because you get overwhelmed and then you get off the wagon and it just goes out the window. So after you're engaging with your audience, another great way is to ask them questions. Ask your audience what they want to know about. How might you serve them? If you're in health and wellness, what tips do they need? Are they trying to lose weight? What recipes are they into? Or is it, depending on, are they doing paleo? What are they doing? And being able to, serve them that information, right? That is, again, you giving of yourself and providing them value that they in turn want to consume, which makes the know, like, and trust within your organization, within your audience, that much better. And then you get to promote to people. Now here's the thing, and a lot of people want to promote directly to products and business opportunity right now, right? I've got my people, I've asked them some questions, now buy my product. Okay, that's not what this piece of it is. Promote to them as a call to action to do something to increase your engagement, to increase your know, like, and trust. Okay, so click on my blog, or check out this recipe, or sign up for my mailing list.
Invite them to your next live.
Yep. So inviting them to continue to interact with you.
Invite them to your groups.
Okay, and
those kinds of things.
Eventually, when you get good at this and you've done this for a while, and you've got a consistent flow of people who are your audience and who are interacting and engaging with you, then it would be appropriate to promote to them. But a lot of people get like, I got an audience, I got one person in my audience, and I asked them a question, and now I'm going to sell my product. Okay, that is not what we're talking about here. We are talking about building a sustainable base for your business. And this circle, like I was talking about in the beginning, it goes around and around and around and around. It's something that you always need to be looking at, because if your business isn't growing, if you're finding yourself at a standstill, it's either the grow the piece, the engage piece, the promote piece, or the appreciate piece is not in alignment with what you're trying to do.
Exactly.
So things that you can do for promotions, you can ask them to click the link below, right? If you've done a Facebook Live and you want to get them in a group, right? Call to action would be to click the link below to get into my other group, or click the link below to get my 5 best tips on quick fix recipes while you're working, chasing a toddler, whatever that may be. Okay. That was totally long and drawn out, but do you get what I'm saying? If you get what I'm saying, drop me a 2 in the comments, you guys, because you're promoting something. You're promoting additional engagement with you. Okay.
Exactly.
You're building an audience, you're building influence, and you're engaging with them. So your call to action is something to get them to continue to do so.
Yep.
And then you need to appreciate them. Okay, it can be as simple as a thanks for hopping on. It could be an audio message. It can be an email. Whatever makes sense. It could be a freebie. Whatever makes sense for what you're doing. You need to appreciate your people, because without your audience, you have no business.
Exactly.
Okay, so you guys, if you go through these 4 things, this strategy, what you're doing is you are actually...
You're creating a environment, right? You're creating a following, and the great thing about that is it doesn't matter what company you're in. It doesn't matter what it is you're selling, what it is you're doing. Once you have that know, like, and trust, once you have that audience, and you have those people that are looking to you as, somebody who gives value.
Authority,
and
maybe?
authority.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've got influence over them at that
Exactly.
point. Okay.
They're going to follow you. And it doesn't matter where you go. I mean, it's like when we started the live, we were talking about, somebody who comes into a business that already has influence. It's because they have built those relationships up. They have given value to their, group of people. And so they have that influence. They have that know, like, and trust. They have a following already that has already basically, so that when they started their business, they've already got people interested in what they're doing.
Yeah, so you guys, these 4 things, it's a very simple strategy,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to put the work in.
Yep.
And the purpose of putting the work in is so that your people get to know, like, and trust you, which allows you to gain influence, right? If you treat your business like a doctor, okay? They go to school, they put in the work, they learn the skills, they work on the skills, they perfect the skills, they're constantly doing, continuing education. If you treat your business like that, okay, in the pieces of you're growing, you're engaging, you're promoting, and you're appreciating, and you get really good at the skill sets, you are going to gain influence.
Exactly.
And once you gain that influence where people are starting to show up on your lives, they're going to comment, share, like, all that kind of stuff, and you're starting to get more and more engagement, you actually start to become an authority. Okay?
And you also got to keep in mind that when you're doing those lives, when you're doing these kinds of things, you can't just do 1 live, 2 lives, and expect people to hop on the first time, right?
No.
And to engage with you.
It takes time.
Occasionally, that may happen.
If you've got influence, you've got friends who are in the realm, and they're hopping on and they're supporting you,
that's great.
Do.
It means you've got that leg up, so to speak, right? You've already got that momentum moving. But, if you're just starting out, if you're just beginning something and you don't have that know, like, trust, and that influence, don't get discouraged. There are a lot of people who don't have the influence, that it has taken them almost a year before people start engaging with what they're doing with their lives and those kinds of things. And keep in mind, if you're doing Facebook Live specifically, a lot of times most people are busy throughout their days, right? They don't or cannot hop on during that time. Most people catch it on the replay when it's convenient for them. So don't be discouraged if not everybody's on.
And here's the thing too. He said that, it takes a lot of people, a bit of time to gain that influence. Again, we're talking about the long game here.
Yep.
Okay, there are short game strategies that you can be using in tandem with what we're talking about. But if you want to build something that's long-term sustainable, that is going to pay you forward for the rest of your life, this is the formula you need to follow.
Exactly.
And you need to be intentional while you're doing it.
Yep.
Because once you start getting influence, you become an authority. And once you become an authority, people who know, like, and trust you, who have been following you, who know that you give good value, and we're not talking like pitch them stuff value, but like valuable information surrounding your niche, okay, you have a huge audience of people who you then can market to. You are a force to be reckoned with. You can have people join your network marketing company at the push of the button because you've built up influence, you've provided value, you know what you're talking about, you're credible, and so people want to be with you. Exactly. And you guys, here's the thing, people in network marketing, they jump companies all the time. Okay, you've got 7-figure earners that will jump to a new opportunity just because of what's going on in the new space. So would it make sense to you that tying yourself to a specific company instead of branding yourself as the asset that you are would be more effective? Or would it be more effective to brand yourself? You are not your company. You're not your company's products. You are you. You are the one who has a unique selling point in your business. You are the one who is providing valuable stuff to your audience. And by branding yourself and working on your brand, taking the time to start to develop that piece of it as you're going through your journey and you're gaining experience and you're gaining your skill sets, it is going to set you up for long-term success. Exactly. You're not going to run out of your warm market and be like, oh my gosh, who do I talk to now? Okay, your cold market is going to have expanded. You are going to be attracting people who are your tribe, who want to be in business and who want to be associated with you.
Exactly.
And that is powerful.
Yep.
That makes you a force to be reckoned with and will serve you for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
So we want to jump on and share that with you tonight. Appreciate you being on.
Yeah.
If you've got value, give us #value and go ahead and share it. And
if you guys catch us on the replay, please give us a #replay. We'd love to, shout you out and connect.
Absolutely. And we will catch you guys on Friday.
Yep.
Have a great one.
Take care, everybody.
See ya.